Hello there. I'm making this video to show you how you can make GIFs without Photoshop on a Mac. There's lots of ways to do it on PCs, but unfortunately Macs never get any good software, so it's quite difficult to do it without Photoshop, and it's a lot more work and it's a lot more time consuming. So if you're able to find online a cracked version of Photoshop, or get a torrent or something, it'd probably be worth it. It's a lot easier to do on Photoshop, but this method works if you really want to make GIFs and you don't really want to deal with torrents or anything. So I'm going to show you this. I used this method before I got Photoshop, so it works pretty good. Like I said, it is a long, complicated process though, but you can make good GIFs. So yeah, showing you what you asked me. So the first step is to find the video that you want. Once you find your video, you need to go and download 4K Video Downloader. You can download it here. Just go through the process, click this. I already have it downloaded, so yeah, so get that, and this one, first one, and the icon should look like this. So now what you want to do after you have that is you want to open up 4K Video Downloader. Now what you do is you go to the video URL, Command C, copy it, or you just, whatever way you copy it, and click Paste URL. And it will parse information. Leave it as the default. What we'll be using is iMovie, and iMovie can't use MKV files or FLV, so make sure it says MP4. Doesn't really matter which, just do high definition. Doesn't really matter because we're going to be changing it up anyways. So click that, click download. Of course it's a long one, I decided to upload. I'm just going to show you with the, another video I've already downloaded, and I got a clip from that video that I wanted, just so I don't have to deal with all this because it's annoying. Alright, so bring it into this iMovie, which is the new iMovie, or you can bring it into iMovie HD, which is the old iMovie. I personally like the old iMovie for editing a lot better. It's a lot easier. But for this, after you edit it and you find a small clip, no more than 4 seconds, and honestly I'm using a 1-second clip and I still have problems uploading it. So with this method, it's going to be really difficult to get long GIFs, and it's probably not going to work, so you get it as short as possible. You make GIF sets if you need more than one. So now what you want to do is, after you find your clips, and you find one specific clip, you want to import, after you make file, new project, no theme, whatever, go to file, import, my bird, don't mind him, desktop, skins 1 is the one I named it, leave it as, all these are the same, import that, take a few seconds. Now you have this video. Some videos have this little gray thing, which is called letterboxing. To get rid of that, because honestly it looks stupid in GIFs, you can bring that up there, bring it up to your timeline, go to crop, this is the crop tool, and of course it makes it big, crop out the black edges. Doesn't really matter if you cut things off, doesn't. There, so now it's doesn't have those, which works good. So now you have this, which is without the letterbox. Now what you need to do is you go to share, export movie, and what you want to do is you want to do size to export mobile. And the reason you're doing this is because it makes it a lot smaller of a file size. And if you're uploading it to Tumblr, if it's anything bigger than 1 megabyte, it will only show you the first frame of the GIF and not play the rest, or it won't show up at all. And unfortunately, that's just how Tumblr works, so you have to make sure that your file size is under 1 megabyte, and the best way to do that is to make it just small, so you can fit as much information into the GIF as possible, because it really doesn't matter how big a GIF is. People don't usually look at massive GIFs anyways. So change it to mobile, and we'll make it a smaller file size. I'm going to just name it Sam Tutorial. Save it to your desktop, export. I'll export it eventually. And then you can bring that down. Now this, don't mean that. This is the one we just made, M4V. That should be a file extension. Now right click or control click, whatever. Open with QuickTime Player 7. Don't open with QuickTime Player because you can't do it in there. QuickTime Player 7 is the one it works in, so open up with that. And what it will do is we'll open up the smaller video. Obviously you can drag it, but yeah, it's a smaller video. And now what you can do is you can go to File, Export, and now I'm gonna make a new folder. Sam Images. Create that. Now what you need to do is you need to click here and make sure it's selected to movie to image sequence. And you can name it whatever you want. It will make them all. Click save. It'll take a few seconds to export since it's short. And now you can see when you open this, it has all of those frames from that video. It will put them all in individual images. And if you open it up in preview, you can see they're all separate images. And that's basically the best way to do it. Now, to make the actual GIF from this website right here, give you that too. It works really well. Would have been using when I didn't have Photoshop, and it's probably one of the only softwares out there that does this for Macs. There's a lot of them that do it for PCs, but unfortunately not many do it for Macs. And if you don't have Photoshop, this is your way to go. So download this, it's perfectly safe. Gotta show you again. Go to, when you first open it, make sure you go to GIF Fun Preferences, and you change this delay. It's usually defaulted to 20. Just change it to 1. Make sure under GIF creation, and that just makes it so it has the least amount of lag between each image. If you want it to go slower, add more delay. If you want it to go faster, add more less delay. Make sure the number of loops is forever. Otherwise, it will stop after a while, and that just defeats the purpose of a GIF. So now, you want to take your folder and drag it in. Make sure it's the folder, not images. You have to drag the folder of where the images are at. Otherwise, it won't work. And now it will take all these images and put them all in here. And now what you have to do is you have to click Make GIF. What it will do is it will open it up in your browser of choice. And as you can see, it makes you a little GIF. A little black line, I don't really care though. So now what you can do is you can just drag it. I just usually drag it because I'm lazy. And now you need to do is right click it, click Get Info. You can see it's 2.2 megabytes. And if you remember what I said before, it won't work if it's over 1 megabyte. So what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to delete some of the frames. That's basically the easiest way. You can make it smaller, but it's a hassle. So most of these frames are stupid anyways. Half of them don't really relate to it. To make it easy, you can do Command X and that will delete it, and just click on each one. I'm sure there's an easier way to do it, but this is just how I do it. So all those images have absolutely nothing to do with the GIF. So now we deleted about maybe like a third. Click Make GIF again, it will show me it again. Drag it. It's this one. Get Info. And we knocked about maybe half of the GIF off. So that's really, really good. We're really getting close. Now what you want to do is you want to try to delete some of the least important ones. Here it's kind of hard to tell, but if you just delete every few, it will be perfectly fine. So, delete that one, maybe delete this one, that one, that one, that one, that one. Right, so you deleted a few frames. You can see there's a little jumps, but people usually don't realize it. It's perfectly fine, and it deletes, it gets rid of some of the file size. So get info, 1.1, so let me just get rid of a few more frames. Be like 3 more frames. That one, that one, that one, that one. Make if. There you go. 852 kilobytes. I could have kept a few more, I don't really care. So that means we can probably upload this and it will be absolutely fine. So now what you want to do is you want to go to Tumblr, go to Photo, click Browse, obviously, hopefully you know this. 11. I'm going to add it to my queue. Obviously you post it, but I already have this GIF up somewhere else. So add it to queue, and it'll probably take a while to upload. There you go. It's very important to see if it works. And as you can see, there you go. There's your GIF. And it works. And then you just publish it if it's in your queue. If you wanted to add a watermark, usually put my watermark up here. If you do end up getting Photoshop, tell me and I'll be more than happy. I already made a tutorial about how to make GIFs in Photoshop, so if you do end up getting it, tell me and I'll send you that, and it'll be a lot easier, I promise you, and you'll get it. I mean, these results work out pretty well. It's just kind of a pain in the ass to kind of do. But yeah, I mean, it works, and if you really, really want to make GIFs, especially on a Mac, this is probably one of the only ways I think to do it. There's probably other ways. I'm sure they're more complicated, but yeah. Hopefully that helped. And if you still have any questions, feel free to ask. I'd be more than happy to help you. So yeah, have fun with that, and I'll talk to you later.